If you are an online business owner who follows any branding experts or designers on the internet, then you are probably constantly hearing that branding is the magic bullet. Just rebrand and your dream clients will come. Just make your website prettier and your sales will skyrocket. But branding is not a magic bullet. It's an amplifier. Branding takes what is already happening in your business and turns up the volume. So if your business is strong, strategic, and aligned, great branding can help you scale that. But if your business is struggling, inconsistent, or built on a really shaky foundation, no amount of pretty design work is going to fix that. And I don't say this to discourage you, but to give you the real talk that a lot of people in my industry just won't. I want your investment in branding to feel exciting and empowering, not like a last-ditch attempt to save your business. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about branding from a place of desperation versus branding from a place of abundance. What each one looks like, how to know where you fall in that spectrum, and what to focus on if you're not quite ready to invest in branding yet. Welcome to the Six Figure Brand Podcast, where each week we're pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to build a six-figure business as an online service provider. I'm your host, Morgan. I'm a branding expert, online agency owner, mom of two, and military spouse, and I'm obsessed with helping entrepreneurs like you understand the ins and outs of branding so that you can use it to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. Whether you're just starting out or focused on scaling, we're diving into everything you need to build a profitable and sustainable online business. Let's get to it. So to reiterate, branding is an amplifier, not a magic fix. Branding magnifies what is already happening in your business, the good and the not so good. So if your systems, your messaging, your mindset are off, all of those cracks are going to show up. They're just going to show up in a prettier looking package. Now, strategic branding that's built on a foundation of strategy, absolutely can help you get unstuck, but it can only work when you show up with clarity and an inner sense of stability, not with what I like to call desperation vibes. So branding is like turning up the volume on your business. If the song you're playing is out of tune, turning it up louder isn't going to make it sound better. It's just going to make a bad song louder. And I want you to give yourself a little bit of a reality check if you're thinking about rebranding. If you are telling yourself, oh, this rebrand is going to finally get people to take me seriously, or once I get a new website, then I'll start getting clients again, that's a really big red flag that you might be approaching branding from more of a place of desperation rather than coming at it with a strategic and abundant mindset. So let's break down the difference, because the energy that you bring into a branding project matters just as much, if not more, as the investment itself. So when I talk about branding from a place of desperation, this is when you're hiring a brand designer because you need something to change fast. You're feeling stuck, burnt out, on the verge of giving up, and you're hoping that a fresh logo or some new colors or a new website is going to magically inject this new life into your business. I have had plenty of clients come to me in that headspace. Some of them even putting their entire investment on a credit card, using up the last of their savings, you name it. They were desperate for something to work, and they so badly wanted branding to be that solution. But that energy always, and I do mean always, seeps into the project in the form of second guessing, frustration, rushing, lack of trust in the process, lack of trust in me as an expert. And it makes it really hard for me as the designer to do my best work because every decision is questioned and feels like a make or break moment. And the client is so unsure that frankly, even though I'm aware of this problem, kind of rubs off on me. And then we're both unsure and just kind of looking at each other saying, well, I don't know. What do you think? And there's these huge stakes and that I don't know if I can deliver on. The reason why that doesn't work is because branding does not create clarity. Brand design, anyway. It expresses clarity. If you are unclear on your offers, your audience, your business, or your business direction as a whole, a rebrand isn't going to fix that. You're still going to be just as confused, only with prettier brand colors. And that desperation energy leads to making really reactive decisions. So you're chasing trends, you're micromanaging, you're overthinking everything. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is a one-way ticket to burnout town. So instead, take a breath, step back and focus on the things that are going to give you real traction right now. That's probably going to be things like refining your ideal client and your offers, reconnecting with past clients maybe, doing more networking and trying to get more visible, taking a look at your pricing and your process and the inner workings and systems of your business, you can and maybe should still do brand strategy work at this stage. That's probably one of the better investments you can make because it does help you work through all those things I just mentioned. But I would absolutely not sink all of your money into visuals expecting that they're going to magically save your business, because they will not. Branding from a place of desperation is like building a house on sand. No matter how pretty it looks, it will not stand the test of time without a solid foundation. Now, on the flip side, branding from a place of abundance feels entirely different. This is when things in business are going well. You're maybe not booked out, but you have a comfortable amount of clients. You feel like you're, doing the thing. You have a baseline level of success. You found your groove. You know your audience, you love the work you're doing, and you are ready for that next level. I just recently launched a brand for a client, shout out Danielle, who had been using her, I don't think she'll take too much offense to this, hodgepodge DIY brand for the last 10 years, and her business was still thriving. She wasn't coming to me to fix anything. She just finally had gotten to a place where she was ready to invest in getting her visuals and her brand strategy as well to a place that matched how great her business already was. She finally had the time, the resources, and the mental space to really invest in and enjoy the process, and that's what made her rebrand so successful. So the end result was a gorgeous brand, but more importantly, it was something that energized her to show up and start marketing again from a place of I want more, not I need more, or I'm not going to be able to pay my bills next month. This works because branding from a place of abundance is proactive, not reactive. You are taking what's already working and you're amplifying it. You're showing up more confidently. You're raising your prices and attracting even more aligned clients. So some signs that you're ready and that you would be approaching branding from more of an abundant mindset rather than a place of kind of the desperation that we've talked about is that you have fairly consistent income and a steady stream of clients. Now, I'm not saying you need to be booked out. Most of my clients that I work with on brand strategy and design are not, but you know that you're going to be able to cover your expenses and pay yourself next month. Cash flow is not something that is a big stressor for you. You're super proud of your offers and clear on who you serve. Now, the thing with clear on who you serve is part of my job as a brand strategist is to help you really get inside the head of your ideal client. But if you have not a clue who that is, then whose head are we getting inside of? Another sign that you might be in this place is that you feel confident in your expertise and you're ready to get your brand to a place that matches that. So I hear a lot of, I know I am amazing at what I do, and I just feel like my brand doesn't really reflect that. So then that's what we work on, is getting those two more in alignment, where you have a killer level of service and expertise and a killer looking brand strategy and visuals. And finally, you're really excited about the idea of collaboration and creative exploration, and you're not just in a rush to get it done so that you can see a result. Branding from a place of abundance is not about fixing what's broken. It's about evolving and building upon what is already really strong in your business so that it can carry you through the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years and continue to evolve with you as your business grows. So, how do you tell which stage you're in? Hopefully, as I was talking through those, you can kind of see yourself in one camp or the other. But some questions you can ask are, am I looking for my branding to save my business or to support my business? Am I clear on my audience, my offers, and my message? Do I have enough stability in my business, both mental stability and operational stability, as well as financial stability, to invest and put the time into this without panicking or having it cause extra stress on me? If any of those answers feel a little shaky, then that's probably your cue to slow down, because if you did invest in branding right now, it would probably be from a place of desperation. Sometimes the most strategic move is not to invest more. It's to stabilize what you already have first and then figure out what your next best move is. So if you're not quite ready yet, you are not behind. It's okay. Focus on getting your foundation solid and your branding will be 10 times more effective whenever you finally are ready to invest. And it is, of course, always an option to just start with that strategy piece first and then run with that and run your business with all of that in mind for a little while before you come back and work on design. when you finally are ready for that next stage. I have a few ways that I can support you with brand strategy if that's something you're looking for. I have the Standout Brand Foundations workbook, which is a low-ticket DIY option, and then I have the Standout Brand Strategy session, which is a higher investment, but it is much more hands-on, done for you. Information about both of those is always in the show notes. But to close this out, I really just want to remind you that branding is an amplifier. It's a megaphone. It reflects and it magnifies whatever energy, clarity, confidence you bring to it. As such, branding from a place of desperation is going to lead to more pressure and probably disappointment, whereas branding from a place of abundance is going to lead to excitement, growth, alignment, and a brand that you are so freaking proud of. And that's what I want for you. You don't have to have everything perfect, but you do need to approach it from a grounded and stable place if you're going to see the maximum amount of success. So the best time to rebrand is not when you're desperate to make something work. It's when you're ready to grow what's already working. If you are still not sure what stage you're in, or you want an outside perspective on what your next best step might be, shoot me a DM on Instagram or use the link in the show notes to schedule a quick brand chat, and we will figure out together whether brand strategy, design, or something else entirely is the right move for where you're at right now. Thanks for tuning in to the Six Figure Brand Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to rate the show and leave a review on whatever app you're listening on. And as a thank you, I'll send you coffee on me. Yes, I'm serious. As a smaller show for now, you taking the time to do this makes a huge impact on how we can reach more people and how I can continue to create this content for free. When you take a screenshot of your review, follow and tag me on Instagram at @SpectandCo. I'll send you a $5 Starbucks gift card. As always, don't forget to check out the show notes for any links or resources I mentioned during the episode. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week.